Hello everyone. In this video I am going to tell you topic mutable and immutable objects. Okay. So before telling you about this mutable and immutable objects, let us discuss about this object. Okay. You might have remembered that from the beginning of the programming I have mentioned you this object, right? In Python all the variables, all the values when we are storing, that is treated as an object. That I have already told to you and I am always mentioning to you. Today I am going to tell you a fact about the memory organization. Okay, so how this data is stored in the memory and how it is referred from the memory. Okay, now let us see. Students, as I have mentioned you that computer's memory is just like a collection of blocks, okay, and each block have their particular position. Each blocks are numbered, right? Now suppose this is, you can take the, you can imagine like that this is one page and this page is having a blocks, okay, and each block from the number will be given from the beginning of the block. Like first block will be 0, second block will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As many blocks will be able to be there in this sheet. And each block will have a unique number, okay, and this number will be sequentially given, right? You just imagine the same thing what I have mentioned to you, that the memory is a sheet. Memory is a sheet and that sheet is having the, it is divided into blocks and each block is numbered. And just imagine, just take the example that the number started from the 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So each block will have the unique number, right? Now one more thing, and whenever you will write something in that memory, so whatever you will write, that the written things will have a particular particular address where it is written, okay, means because each block is having a number, right? Each block, I am not going to draw here because I have to show you something here, but you can imagine, just let me draw here. Okay, I am drawing here, this is the sheet, okay, it is divided into blocks, right? Each block is numbered like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and so on, right? Now so whatever you will store, right, suppose you are going to store xyz, so what is there? X is also having one address, y is also having address and z is also having address. So this is the memory, this is RAM, okay. RAM is holding everything. RAM holds program also, RAM holds operating system also, RAM holds programming language itself also, RAM holds the data also, right? So everything is held by RAM. So whatever is held by RAM, that the things, the contents are having the address. Contents will have definitely a particular address, but and that is the, that address is called a, it is also called a reference also, right? Address, and you can also say reference. Actually reference and address have difference, but here we will refer. Yeah, this reference will be very well clear to you, okay. Now come to this object, okay. Let us start from the beginning, that you have created various programs, right? Let us start a simple program like x, you have written x equals to 10, okay, and you have printed print x, right? Then you have changed the value of x to 15 and then again you are going to print x, right? What you will get? The output you will get there, you will be able to see directly output, right? Output you will be able to see that x, value of x is 10 and then value of x is changed and you will get the another output after for the print statement is 15. Clear? Now from the beginning, as you started programming, so that time you are not having much idea about the internal part of the memory and lot of things right now. So it was mentioned to you, and actually in other languages like C, C++, Java, in other languages the presented these variables are represented in the memory in the same way. Okay, what is mentioned to you, like what earlier mentioned to you, that x will be, let us create here. Okay, x will be stored in the, will occupy space in the memory, and the 10 will be stored. Correct? Then next what will happen, when you are going to print the value of x, so value of x will be printed, that is 10. Now you are going to store 15 in x. So what is told to you, that 10, the value of x will be changed to 15, right? And when you are going to print x, so 15 will get printed right now. But now I am going to tell you a fact about these variables, and which is not actually variables, they are the objects. Clear? They are the objects. So I am going to make it clear what the actually object is, having very broad area. Okay, but then also object will be little bit clear to you, some hidden parts of objects are also there. Now let us see what happens in Python. In Python, this memory allocation is being totally different from the C, C++ or Java language. Right now, what will happen? Let us see. When you will create this x in memory, then what happened? X equals to 10. So somewhere in the memory, okay, somewhere 10 will be stored, right? Somewhere 10 will be stored, and suppose this block address is 101. As I told you that each block in the RAM is having a unique identity, okay, unique address right now. So wherever 10 is stored, that box have the address 101, right? Now, so this 10, x equals to 10, so 10 will be stored in the memory somewhere, and after that what will happen, the address of the block, address where the 10 is stored, address where 10 is stored will be assigned to x, and x will occupy space somewhere else, right? And this address will be assigned to x, means x will hold 101. Students, know this fact about this object. Clear? And how the data is represented in Python. Clear? Now, so once again I am telling you, you have written x equals to 10. 10 will be stored somewhere in the memory, and that memory location will have address, and now that address will be stored in the x. So now you can say that x is holding a reference to 10. Where the 10 is stored, x is holding a reference, right? Actually internally address and reference is same, but you can say here that x is holding the address of 10 where the 10 is stored. So x is referring to the address. Clear? X is referring to the address. Now come to the another part. Clear? So here what happened, in Python each data structure, okay, each variable, everything is treated as an object. Clear? And this is the internal presentation of the object. Now come here, come to the next point. Clear? Next statement, that is print x. So x, what will happen here? So x is holding the address, what the reference is held by the x. Clear? And where that reference is, from there value will be extracted and will get printed. So what you will see, that 10 is printed. Here you have written print x, so print x means this address will not get printed, right students? This address will not get printed, the value of that address will get printed, value of that reference will get printed. right? So now just remove this arrow. Okay, so what will happen? Internally system will find out x, and what is stored in x? 101. System is knowing that this is the reference, so system will start searching where is 101. So it will found 101 here, so it will take the value from that box and will print here, right? Now come to the another line. Okay, this is over. So x equals to 15, right? Now what will happen? Actually this x is, when you will write print type x, clear? So what you will get the type of this variable? You will get the integer. It will print integer that you have already checked, clear na? So x is holding the integer value, clear na? What happened when in Python integer values, okay, integer variables values cannot be changed, right? Integer variables values cannot be changed. So what will happen in this line? You just see x equals to 15. So what will happen? 15 will not be stored here. 15 will be stored somewhere, another location of the memory, right? Another location of the memory. Suppose this location's address is 401, right? And now this address will be assigned to x. So now this x will hold 401 instead of 101, clear? So now you can see, and when you will come to the next line, print x. So what will happen? X, this will, what the address is hold by x, 401, it will search in the memory, and this 401, the value of 401 will get printed. Okay, now just you remove this arrow. So where is, when you write print x, so x is holding the value 401, so this address will be searched in the memory, that where the 401 is. So system will found this 401 here, and it will take the value from here and will print this value, clear? Now I'm just explaining to you how you will be sure that yes, this is happening in the memory. Okay, for that sake there is having one method, that is called one function, that is called id. Okay, that is called id, clear? So when you will write id, it will print the identification number, clear? It will print the identification number. You may write that it will print the identification number. This will print identification number, means you can say address, right? This will print identification number. So I am going to add one line here, right? Here you write, or you can, okay, let us write here print id. Let us change here only. Okay, I am going to write with the reading so that it will be clear to you. This has been changed, id x. Okay, so now come to the another line here, id x. Now let us remove this part. Now just remove from this part also. Now see, when you will execute this program, what will happen? Control will come first to the x. X equals to 10. The same thing will happen. Suppose 10 will be stored somewhere else and its memories. Actually this is not happening always. As many times you will execute the program, the same location will not be, but I am giving you the example, right? So 10 will be stored and address of the 10 will be 101. So when it will assign to x, so x will be created somewhere in the memory and 101 will be stored, right? Now print x. Whenever variable name is only written, so what happens? From the reference the value is extracted and get printed. Okay, so what will be printed here? The value of x is 10 will get printed, right? And comma idx, identification number, means what is held by the x will get printed here. So what is held by the x? 101. Clear? This is 101, so this is the address. Okay, this is address, or you can say the reference. Clear? Now come to the next line. X equals to 15. So what I told you, that in memory somewhere else this 15 will be stored, and the address of that location will be assigned to the X. So X will hold 401. Clear? So you will come here. After that, the next line, print X. So value of X is what? X. So what the reference is 401. Where is 401? It is here. So value is 15 will get printed, and IDX, identification number of X. So what is hold by the X? That is 401. Clear? So this output, what output you will get? I am going to write here. Output 10, 1, 0, 1, 15, 1, 4, 0, 1. Clear? So this is called immutable. Clear? When the value is not assigned to that particular location, right? So here what is happening? The X value is not being changed here. Whenever you are trying to assign value to X, that value is being stored somewhere else in the memory, and reference to that location is being stored into the variable. Actually this was happening, and this is happening always when you are writing the program that you are not able to see in the memory. Clear? So when you will write this program and you will get this output, so you will be very well sure that yes, this is happening in the memory. Clear? So you will be very well sure that as many times we are assigning new value to the X, it stores X equals to 30. So what will happen? 30 will be stored somewhere else in the memory, right? Will have some address 501, and when you will try to print this, print X comma ID X. So what will get printed? Value of X will get printed here 30, right? I am going to write here 30, and the identification number is hold by the here the X will hold 50, X will hold 501. So here you will get the output 501. Clear? Now you will be very well sure that when we are assigning value to the variable and actually the value is not assigned to the location, to the actual location, whenever it is occupying the different space in the memory, so we can say that this is immutable, right? So I'll come to this again, topic again, immutable. Now let us see one example of least data type. Okay, least you have used very frequently, so I'm going to tell you about the least. Now let us create a least variable. Okay, let us create a program which will hold a least. L1 equals to 10, 20 and 30. Clear? Now let us print L1, right? And also I have already told you that this ID, when you will print, so it will print the reference, right? Now identification number. Clear? So you written ID L1, right? And again you just change the value. Suppose 0 you have assigned 100, L1 you have assigned 200, L2 you have, this is 1, L1 2 you have assigned 300. Clear? And now write the print L1 comma ID L1. Okay, now when you will execute this program, what will happen in the memory? Now let us see. L1 equals to 10, 20, 30. Clear? So what will happen in the memory? It will occupy space in the memory, right? And the value will be stored 10, 20 and 30. As you know very well that indexes are given to the elements 0, 1, 2, right? So these blocks will also have some reference. So what happens? L1, clear? So L1 will hold what? L1 will not hold the entire data. It will hold the reference of, suppose, the beginning of this 1001. The first block's number is 1001. So L1 will hold what? 1001. Clear? So now come to the next line. And one more thing I would like to tell you, if this 10 is having the reference 1001, so definitely this 20 element variable stored, right? This block will also have some address and this block will also have some address. Clear now? I'll give you one example how you will print it and you will be able to show that yes, they are having the address. Now let's see. L1 equals to this value you have stored and this is stored in the memory, occupied space in the memory. Now come to the next line. Print L1. So what the output you will get? What the output you will get? L1, this will print 10, 20, 30. Clear? Now, after that ID, L1. So what is having in L1? L1 identity number will be, identification number will get printed. So 1001 is the identification number of L1. Clear? Now come to L10, means L10 will hold 100. So this 100 will be assigned to this area, right? 200 will be assigned to here and this will hold 300. Clear? 0, 1, 2, each index will hold. Now again you print L1, ID L1. Clear? So what the output will come? You will be able to see the value has been changed 100, 200 and 300. Clear? And ID L1 you will be able to see that address has not been changed. Clear? So this is internally called mutable type. Okay? Mutable. Previous example what I given you, that was the example of immutable. Clear, students? So now let us see what is mutable. As various many examples we can see by writing the program in the Python. Okay, so you can take the reference of this right now. Now let us see. I have given you two example program. Clear? In first example, what was there? The value was not assigned to the place where it was earlier occupied. Clear? The previous value was not changed. Whenever you are trying to assign the value to the variable, existing variable, the value was occupying the space in somewhere else and that reference was going to be stored into the variable. And next what you have seen, that reference was not changed. Whenever we will change the values but reference not changed. So now let us see what is this mutable and what is this immutable. Clear? Mutable and immutable. Right? Now, first of all, I am going to tell you the example like data structure, list and dictionary. They are mutable type, mutable objects. Clear? Mutable object and immutable object. Clear? List and dictionary is mutable and integer, float, right, string and tuple. They are immutable, means they are not changing into their location. Right now? So now when we change the, you may write the definition for the mutable. When we change their data, the same object get modified. Okay, what happens in mutable? When we try to change the data, okay, when we change data, okay, when we change their data, the same object gets modified. When we change their data, the same object gets modified. Okay, when we change their data means objects data. When we change their data means objects data, you can also write objects data. Objects data, the same object gets modified. Clear? The same object gets modified. What happens then in immutable type? Their data cannot be modified if we try to modify it. Okay? What happens? Their data cannot be modified if we try to modify it. Okay, their data cannot be modified if we try to modify it. New object will be created in the memory and reference will be assigned. Okay, instead of that, what happened? New object created in the memory and reference is assigned. Clear, students? So this is mutable objects and immutable objects, right? Now we will see in the functions, parameters, arguments, the use of this, how it reflects mutable and immutable. Okay, thank you.